Genus's placement foiling is a foiling pattern I absolutely love for getting the most out of a few intentionally placed foils. This placement's perfect for connecting grown-out highlights or balayage without over-blonding the root area. This is also great for brightening up a highlight client that just needs a quick fix and timing is limited. This creates a sprinkle of lighter color that can be as fine or heavy as the stylist wants. This placement ensures dimension, allowing a space for low lights. With all of our genus foiling patterns, hairline foils are always included. This means at least 2 foils with a smaller stitch for softness are placed all around the face. This is important so that if a client puts their hair up in a ponytail, it's still brighter and soft around their face. For this particular pattern, do the hairline foils first so that you can visually see where the start of the first foil on top should be. When considering the placement foiling pattern, the part needs to be determined so that the few foils placed capture where the hair lives. I recommend explaining this to your client so that the color placement is intentional, and if they flip it too far either way, it could look too dark. Discuss before starting if they do wear their hair up and if underneath hairline foils should be placed to soften the nape area. I recommend doing these last since the heat of the hair on top usually lightens faster and that hair is usually finer. This is showing Genus's standard folding technique with foils. This folding technique is useful because it will keep your foils tight and avoid slipping. This provides ultimate control. This is really crucial when applying a base color in between foils and while performing color corrections or multi-formula services. I often hand paint a mid-light or low light in between every few foils, and this is kept organized and clean because of this folding technique. It's important to notice your foiling habits. Every added move adds up. Becoming time efficient is the goal. Use the tension while holding the hair to be lightened to control the hair while painting on the product with your other hand. Keep holding the hair as you fan, feather, or simply place the lightener. Once placed and saturated, use tension on the foil to pull and flip it over on itself. Tap gently so product holds the fold. Do it a second time slightly, folding over itself, so that when you use the foiling comb, you have foil available to move down and line it up perfectly. This is very important. If you overlap or under, this could lead to product bleeding, slipping, or difficulty flipping back and forth. Lastly, once the foil is lined up, place your hand under each side being folded and fold at a slight angle to ensure the ends are tucked and tight. Find the part and take a small slice on each side so that when combined, your stitch can go all the way through both sections. Make sure you identify the swirl in the back of the head and foil up to this area for a sprinkle overlay in the back to avoid the back being too dark. Once you've foiled the first highlight, capturing the middle, stay where you are standing and create the next foil placement in front of you. Notice the stitches and how the product is laid on the flat side of the stitch. This softens any harsh line and it is a detail we love. Positioning of where you stand is key for this. Once you've gone as far as needed, standing on your first side, switch to the other and do the same foiling. You can customize the look by picking up more towards the face and less towards the back for a graduation effect. You can play with custom patterns as well, whatever you'd like to see laying on top of your client's color.
My client today loves dimension, and I intentionally created wider and deeper pickups knowing I would be placing color over her foils. This technique is an example of ours called base over highlights. She has one row of hand-tied extensions that I installed before her color for added fullness. Because this technique grows out so well, and my client has finer hair, my hair plan for her in the future is to come see me every 6 weeks, and I'll do highlights every 3rd visit. Less is more. Notice the brighter pieces around her face. Even though I used the same base color formula to root the overall look, her face framing pops because of her foils being closer together with more pickup. At Gina's, we believe all hairdressers are artists. Thank you for spending time with us, and I hope this video inspires your craft.